So you think you know how to properly fuel your body for peak performance? A lot of us think we've got it figured out, but honestly, the real science behind sports nutrition, well, it might just surprise you.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Subject Simplified. In this explainer, we are breaking down the absolute essentials of sports nutrition, all the stuff you need for your studies and, let's be honest, to actually understand how to fuel your body like a top-tier athlete. So, let's get right into it.
Okay, let's think about your body like it's a high-performance vehicle. First things first, we've got to cover the fuel itself, the macronutrients that give you all your power.
Next up, we're going to talk about the cooling system. Hydration is absolutely crucial for making sure that engine doesn't overheat when you're pushing it hard.
And finally, we'll get into the pro-level stuff. Think of these as the special tune-ups and the performance boosters that can give you that winning edge when it really counts.
Let's start with Section 1, Fueling 101. Ever really stopped and wondered what a calorie actually is, and why are sports scientists so completely obsessed with them? Well, we are about to decode the language of energy.
You've probably heard of the RDA, the Recommended Daily Allowance. Now, it's super important to remember that the RDA is just a baseline for general health. For an athlete whose body is under way more stress, this is just the starting point. Your actual needs are pretty much always going to be higher.
You'll see energy measured in calories and sometimes in kilojoules. Don't let it confuse you. They are just different units for the exact same thing, energy. The easiest way to think about it is like this. Calories are miles and kilojoules are kilometers. They both measure the same thing, just with different numbers. Simple as that.
Okay, you're going to want to lean in for this next one. Seriously, if there's one single concept you absolutely need to nail for your course, it is energy balance.
So, what is energy balance? It's a pretty simple equation, really. Energy in versus energy out. But what actually influences that energy out part? Well, a huge factor is your basal metabolism. That's the energy your body burns just to keep the lights on, even when you're just sitting there. Then you've got other factors like your age, your gender, and even the climate. Yep, you actually burn more calories when it's cold. And of course, the biggest variable of them all, physical activity.
This table really brings that point home. I mean, just look at the massive difference in energy expenditure. An hour of competitive boxing can torch up to 800 calories. Meanwhile, an hour of archery might only use about 150. This is energy balance in action, and it's exactly why a boxer's diet is going to look radically different from an archer's.
Now that we get the whole energy thing, let's look at what the fuel is actually made of. In Section 2, we're going to dive into your body's essential building blocks, the macros and the micros.
So, the three macronutrients are your main fuel sources. Carbohydrates, they're your high-octane, quick-release energy. Protein is like your personal repair kit. It's essential for rebuilding muscle. And fats, those are your long-duration fuel, perfect for endurance. A typical athlete's diet might follow a split that looks something like this, prioritizing carbs for intense training and then getting enough protein to repair all that muscle damage that comes after.
But hey, it's not all about the big three. Micronutrients, your vitamins and minerals, they're kind of like the engine oil. They don't provide energy themselves, but they are absolutely critical for all the processes that do. I'm talking about things like B vitamins for energy production and iron for carrying oxygen in your blood. These are completely non-negotiable for any serious athlete.
Okay, on to Section 3. What's the one thing that can wreck your performance faster than literally anything else? It's not your opponent, believe it or not. It's your water bottle. Or, to be more accurate, what's not in it.
This is a stat you need to remember. A tiny 2% drop in body weight from dehydration, and trust me, that's dangerously easy to do, can lead to a massive 10 to 20% drop in performance. That, right there, is often the difference between first and second place.
Now, while we all worry about dehydration, it is actually possible to go the other way. As you can see here, hyperhydration, which is basically drinking too much plain water, can be just as dangerous. It dangerously dilutes essential salts, like sodium, in your blood. The examples here make it super clear. A footballer cramping up in extra time, that's classic dehydration. But a marathon runner who's feeling confused and sick, they might actually be suffering from too much water.
Okay, you have officially mastered the fundamentals. So, in our final section, let's get into the advanced strategies that turn good athletes into great ones. These are your performance-boosting pro tips.
Ergogenic aids. Sounds fancy, right? It just means anything designed to enhance performance. Let's look at two common ones. Energy gels are fantastic for a quick carb hit mid-race, but the downside is some people find they cause stomach issues. Then you've got protein shakes. They're brilliant for post-exercise muscle repair. But, and this is a big one, they should never, ever replace a proper meal made from whole foods. It's all about using them strategically.
Carb loading. It's a real scientific process, not just an excuse to eat an entire pizza the night before a race, although, that can be a perk. The real goal here is something called glycogen supercompensation. You're basically tricking your muscles into storing way more fuel than they usually would. And you do this by tapering your training while at the same time upping your carb intake in the days right before a big event.
Not all sports drinks are created equal, and this table lays out the differences perfectly. Isotonic drinks are your all-rounders, great for most team sports. Hypertonic drinks are absolutely packed with carbs, best for recovery after a long event. And then you have hypotonic drinks. These are for when hydration is the #1 priority over energy, like for a jockey or a gymnast who needs fluids but minimal calories.
So what's the bottom line here? Fueling your body isn't guesswork, it is a science. Understanding energy balance, macros, micros, and hydration strategies gives you a tangible, measurable advantage. It's the difference between just showing up and truly changing the game.
So I'm going to leave you with this question. After everything we've just covered, what is the one small, simple change you can make to your own nutrition starting today that could boost your next performance? Just think about it.
If this explainer simplified your studies, please do us a huge favor and hit like and subscribe to the Subject Simplified channel for more in-depth educational content. Thanks for watching, and good luck with your studies.